Good morning, head Cafferata Eagles. It is Thursday, June 1st.
Made it to June.
June is here, and it's the first day of hurricane season.
Yes.
Don't want to upset anybody by that, but just I think a little note to be prepared and start looking at your hurricane kit. Make sure you got those batteries and your Dinty Moore stew and your Spam, and lots of water. So, we got to be prepared. You never know when it's going to happen.
That is true. We know that.
Yes. It's day 4 of our specials rotation. At this time, please stand as Miss Howard's class introduces themselves and leads us in the pledge.
Lucy, Noah, Theo, Christopher, Derek.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please remain standing for a moment of silence. You may be seated. All right, we're back for another great day of teaching and learning here at Hector Cafferata Elementary School. And I can't believe we only have 2 full days left of school. This year has, in some ways, been the longest year ever, but in other ways, really, when I think about it, it has flown by.
A little bit of both. A little bit of
Yeah,
both.
yeah.
Yes.
Yep. And you've been telling us it's important to take some time and think back about what you learned and what happened so that you can learn from that.
And I think that with that reflection piece, as we talk about that finish line, the year's like a race, and we can see that finish line. We're making that turn, we see that finish line, and when we get close to that finish line and finish, it's always good to kind of reflect on kind of what you did and what you felt. So what were your accomplishments? What were your goals? Did you accomplish some of those goals? And what would you do different? What did you enjoy? What did you learn? So kind of take that time to reflect, because like the quote says, we learn by doing, we learn more by reflecting on what we have done.
Yeah, really 3 simple questions. What did I do well? What could I work on a little bit better? What would I change for next year?
Absolutely. Yeah. And now students, staff, and everyone can kind of take those questions in and kind of see how we did this year. So
awesome. We do have a birthday today.
Happy birthday to Boonzi Lakapaya in grade 3, and Boonzi's the only birthday today.
Wow, well, I hope he has a great day. And then guys, what's for lunch?
Today for lunch we will have milk, assorted fruit, tossed salad, and manager's choice. Manager's choice will include macaroni and cheese. Instead of macaroni and cheese, we will have a yogurt power pack.
Okay, so manager's choice, including macaroni and cheese.
Ooh, a very popular
Everyone
choice,
loves macaroni and cheese.
Very popular choice in the cafe.
Yep. And then we have a very, very small number of yearbooks left.
Probably your last chance. Right?
Yes. Yep.
So tomorrow, if you want a yearbook, bring that money in, $15, right?
And then today is our last live school party.
Live school party. Okay. So we have the list of all the students that cashed in their 200 points for that live school party. 1 o'clock today. Teachers be on the lookout maybe around noon for some information. Depending on whether we'll be outside, inside, but we will have the party.
We do have a contingency plan.
Yes. So popcorn, snow cones, we'll still have it.
Yep. Awesome. And then it's Thursday, so you know what that means.
Trivia, right?
A little bit of trivia. And so I'm wondering if anybody knows what that is up there. Do you have a guess? Looks like a music box, kind of, right?
Music box, lockbox.
Has a winder on
Yeah,
it.
the winder at the top.
Has a winder on the top. Oh, it's a camera. So this is the world's first affordable camera, okay? I know it was created by George Eastman, and a little bit of trivia for you, Mr. Licata. I grew up outside of Rochester, New York. George Eastman's house was in Rochester, and I've been in his house.
You've been in that house?
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's right on East Avenue in Rochester. And this was called the Kodak, okay? Oh, people are calling in even though we're already talking about it. This was called the Kodak, and it was offered first for sale in 1888, and it sold for $25. And for that $25,
a lot of money back then.
it was. I'll tell you how much it was. So for that $25, you got a camera loaded with a roll of film and a leather carrying case. That would be the equivalent of $798 today. So that was an expensive
Wow.
camera,
It's
even though it was
money
called
back then.
affordable.
Yeah.
And it came with 100 exposure roll of film. So you would take 100 pictures, okay, and then you would send it back to them, and you would have to include $10 because it costs $10 to develop the picture.
Wow.
So yeah. So that was like another what, $300 then
Yep.
to get your pictures developed.
So if you really want to take a picture, you make sure.
Yeah,
it's
you had to
shot.
make sure it was a good picture. You better make sure everyone's smiling,
Yeah.
right? So, and this camera currently is in the National Museum of American History in Washington D.C.
Very
So yeah, we've come a long way with cameras, that's for sure.
Yes.
So, all right, thank you, Mr. Ken, for all that information about the Kodak. And then today it's about being respectful, being responsible, ready to learn. Students, I know you're excited that it's the end of the year. But we got to maintain our focus still,
Because I know the schedule's slightly different
Yep.
than what you're used to, but we adjust. We still follow those directions. Be respectful, be responsible, ready to learn, and with anything that we're doing, because the schedule does change a little bit.
Yes.
But we maintain our focus.
Exactly. And most importantly, though, my friends, what do we have to remember?
Smiles are free!
Smiles are free, so share one with a friend.
Happy Thursday. Finish strong.